Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to do another design tutorial, and this time I'm going to do one which I call the whiskey label t-shirt design. Now you've seen these like this one right here, and the reason why I like these were really popular 2 or 3 years ago, and I think they're pretty popular right now. But the reason I like these is they look really hard to do, which they're not. I'm going to show you how to do them in Kittle, so less competition. And these are scalable, so these are for birthdays. Made in 1975 is the one that I showed today. That's because those people are turning 50 right now, but you could do it for 71, 72, 76, 82, 62, any of those numbers would work. So you can make a lot of these really quickly with Kittle and scale your designs, especially on Amazon. Now these wouldn't work particularly well for TeePublic or Redbubble. You probably would just want to stick to 75, but with Amazon and maybe Etsy or your own shop, you could scale these so big and have lots and lots of them. So I'm going to show you how to do these in Kittle. They're going to be really easy to do. I'm going to show you the template that I start with, and then with the fonts I'm using and everything. So let's get into Kittle right now, and I'll show you how to do these on your own. All right, so here I am in Kittle. Now, this is the one that I made, but I'm going to show you how to start one. If you just go to Kittle, you can do new project, and let's see. Then we're going to pick print on demand, 4500 by 5400. And the template that I started with is I just came in here and did whiskey label, like I said. And you can see there's going to be a lot of them here. But the one I picked right here is this one called John White. You can see you could use any of these, but I think the one that most looks like it is this one. So I'm going to double click on here. And you can see it comes in small, 960 by 1200, but you can come in here and change that. I'm going to change it to 4500 by 5400. Boom. And then I'm going to grab this and make it bigger. Whoops, I want to grab all of it. Hold on. All of it. Oh, here's the thing. I think some of these are locked. So let's come in here, go to layers, and yes, they are locked. So I'm going to unlock them here. That's how you do it. Okay, now I'm going to select all, and then just make it the right size here. Cool. Okay, now I'm going to also center it. So let's zoom back here. Whoops. Sometimes it's hard to grab all of it. All right. You'll notice there's a texture on it, and we're going to leave that texture. And we're going to use some of these fonts, but not all of them. And I'm going to change the fonts up actually too. So you can stick with these fonts or not. I'm going to bring it into my other one. So I'm just going to stay here and hit copy just so you can see the changes that I made here. I'm going to paste it in this one. And here's the John White one, the original template. And here's my designs. You can see I used a lot of the things that are on here already. But I'm going to show you the fonts that I use now. You can change the fonts. You can see this font right here is called Royal Signage, but the font I used was Adventurer. So I'm going to take this out here, and I'm just going to go in here, text, add a headline, and we can change this to the color that it is. Let me make sure that this is bigger. We want this diagonal. Sometimes it doesn't like capture. I wish there was a better way to do this. I'm just going to do 200 here just so I got that better. Okay. I'm going to put this and make it white. And what did we say? Adventurer, right? Adventurer 4. And make it bigger here. Grabbing the corners. And I'm just going to do vintage, all caps. And the thing that I did here, I'm going to close this and move me here instead, because there's a lot of tools on this side. We're going to do transformation, and you can do any one, but I did arc here. So you can see that that matches that. And then just make it as big as you need to. Boom. Now it doesn't have to be this font. It can be that other font, but I like the look of this one. You can see the difference between this one and that one, and they just have so many vintage fonts, and I would keep it to be all caps though. So here's me changing it to another font here. This one's called Arbutus. So we're gonna just try that one out. All right, and then we're gonna move these guys down. Let's move this out. I'm gonna take this out. I can put it up there. I like this font here, Cardo. I'm probably gonna keep that. And I don't need that font. Okay, I'm gonna select all these middle ones. Oh, all right, there we go. And holding down Shift, I was holding down caps lock, and I can move this down a little. And I'm gonna group it actually, just so, right there. You see that line that's telling you that it's centered, but you can also do this alignment here. Oh, it was off, so there's centered. And I'm gonna do this holding down Option and dragging. I'm gonna say made in caps. Oh, this one isn't caps. Oh, it is, but it only shows caps lock after, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay. And I like to make it smaller just to give it some interest. Vintage made in, good. And then move this guy up right here. And then we're going to change this to 1975. And I like that font, it's really retro. And we don't need to put the word old or shed. So I'm gonna take that out, double click on it, double click on shed. And you notice I'm using stars. You can just get stars by using the elements here and basic shapes, boom. Right now it's black. I'm gonna make this white or this off-white and just drag it down like that. And then basically I'm gonna zoom in here and you can see I'm just filling the space here, holding down Option and dragging to make a copy. And if you like this angle right here, Option, Shift, drag, and then right click and then flip horizontal, and then you have the opposite of it. So that's really cool. I'm gonna do this here. I'm just dragging that here. I would probably make this smaller just so it fits there. And this one down here. Well, actually it's better to flip this one so that I have the right size. So right click, flip horizontal. Well, not horizontal. I was supposed to flip. No, that was right. Flip horizontal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. What do you think? Okay. That's a little different than that one. Now I have limited edition and one of a kind, just trying to fill the space here. And I use this font right here. This is Adventurer 6. So I'm gonna double click here and hit limited edition. Whoops, I gotta put the D, edition. And you'll notice that it's on this one, which is Justify. We just want center and then move it here. And we're gonna copy this and drag it here and then do one of a kind. Now you can put whatever words you want. In fact, you probably should put different words on here just to have it stand out, make it different. I copied one too many here. But we're just gonna do these. Do some research and figure out what words you wanna use. In this case, I wanted to use words that are kind of close in size to each other. You can see one of a kind, limited edition, kind of the same, we kind of want to balance that out, right? And then in some of the other ones, we have banners here. So we could, in theory, maybe use one of these banners. That could be really cool. Of course, take the color out. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to show you how you can do it. You can see this is one way to make it different. So I would probably make everything white, or make this, I wonder if you can take it out. Yeah, you can take it out, make this white, right? And make this white. Look at that. That's kind of cool. And then you can use this to put some words on it. Now you could also do it like that, but I would, if you do it that way, then, and use it, I'm gonna zoom in here, you're gonna have to kind of see where that would fit better. So that's why I wanna, you can see these lines are getting in the way. So I'd have to, I'd rather fill it with white here so that it doesn't do that. So that's kind of a cool way. And of course, if you wanna do one on the other side, drag it over here and right click, flip horizontal, and that could give you some cool things. But you could use any of these banners. In fact, I could use a banner down here as well and put it down here. That would give you some options too. So I'm not going to do those, but feel free to use any of these banners on Kittle. I think that's one way to make it look like it took a lot more time and to do. I'm going to move these guys up just so it's more there. I'm just going to use the stars here, option drag, just like I did in this one. And it doesn't have to be the same size, but it's just we're trying to fill the space here with different things. All right, let me do, I have this whiskey one. I'm going to put it up here, again, option drag, and I'm going to do aged. And I bet this is all caps, yeah, but it's also justified. So make sure you change this to align center, all caps, right? And then I have it a little smaller, so I'm going to put it right there, aged. I'm going to bring these guys up and double click on it so I can select them one at a time. Now to fill the space, I could make these bigger. So look at that. That's kind of cool. So take this out, drag this here, option drag. I kind of like it that way, so I'm going to flip this one instead. Look at that, just to change it up a little bit from there. Okay, aged perfectly. Perfectly, whoops, yep, and we already have that all caps. Oh, and it's justified. I'm going to do centered so it doesn't stretch out too much, and there you go. And the last one I have here, now we can do different text since I did the different font here. I'm gonna make it in this font, whatever this is, Arbitus again. And we can take out the curve, so I'm gonna not do the transformation, and I'm gonna just all original parts, right? So double click on here, all, we have the caps lock on, all, and we can center that. And whoops, option drag, original, yes, and whoops, option drag, parts. Whoops, I did it too many times. Yeah. Too fast sometimes. Parts. All right. So again, we're trying to fill in the space. So if we're making this bigger to go all the way to the edge, we could make this a little bit bigger, but we don't want it too big. And I think all can just be smaller like that. Now, one way that well, let's center this first. Center, center, and center. Now, one way I could make this fill in the space was to put in this right here. And the way I found that was right here at the top. I double clicked, triple clicked, keep clicking until you get there, and option drag that, whoops, option drag that in here. You can see that's what I did. And then, of course, we'll do our trick, option drag here, and then flip horizontal. Boom, so it's just a mirror version of that. The other thing I did here was just add more stars, but I could come in here and look for more ornaments and stuff. So we got these kinds of things here, spot elements. We could put in any one of these ones right here. That could be really fun. Let's try it. I'll put this one right here, and whoops, you can't see it. And just to change it up, you know, I don't want the exact same thing all the time. Make yours different than what I'm doing here. Change the fonts, change the look of it. In fact, I like this pointing the other way, so I'm going to flip horizontal. There you go. Just a mirror version of it. So keep adding new things in here. If you feel like you need a star up here, right, that could be fun, right? Just do different things so that yours is different than everybody else's. You don't want to copy the exact same thing, especially people following this tutorial might just follow the exact same thing. So you're going to want to change it up to something different. Let's see if there's something that fits right here. Whoops, I scrolled too much there. It could be actually one of these other ones too. So I could come in here, grab this, and maybe put that there, you see, and whoops, and then option drag this. Ooh, I actually like it this way, so I'm gonna flip it horizontal. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So there's mine. Again, make yours different, use different fonts, make it, but then just this frame right here is something that can really help make it stand out, make it really cool, make it look like you took a long time drawing this thing when you really didn't. You're just using some of the elements from Kittl. So last things that you want to do is you can stretch this to fill the space, right? And then make sure if you group this whole thing center, the whole thing like that, and that will be good. And then when you export it, you're going to want to make sure it's 4500 by 5400 PNG, remove the background, and then export. And then I'll show you what this looks like. It already has the vintage texture on it, so that would be cool. And of course, when you make another one, you can come in here and then change this number. It's going to be really easy to double click on here. And let's say you want to do it for 85 for people turning 40. There you go. Really easy. And then same thing, export. Really easy to do. So let me show you what this looks like on a t-shirt on Amazon. This is where I would put it, is on Amazon, because you can scale a lot better on Amazon. All right, so here I am on Amazon. I'm going to drag in that one that we made with Kittl here. There you go. It says John White Whiskey, but I probably should have changed the title. Doesn't matter. You can see on here, this is what it looks like. It looks great. Look at that. Pretty cool. 1975 there. And it works on all the colors because we knocked out the background. So I would definitely put it on black, dark gray. This heather gray is another big one. So, but it works on all these dark colors. So of course it doesn't work on white or any light colors because it's so light. So a lot of people ask me, can you do this in Canva? Well, you can, kind of. It's not as easy because they don't have the same templates, but I'm going to show you what I would do in Canva to do this. I'm not going to do it fully. I'm going to create a design, t-shirt design. You can click that 14 by 18, but I like to do custom size 4500 by 5400. And then if you look for whiskey label here, I don't think it's going to do it, but let's see. Oh, it does some whiskey label. So you got some things like this, which you could pull to the top, which is kind of cool. Oh, if you see all here, you got some other stuff here, which is kind of nice. So you're gonna have to almost build your whiskey label with all these parts here. So I'm not gonna fully do it, but that's what I would do. Is I would build this thing. You still have flip here too, flip horizontal. Another thing that they call this here is info, let's see, border vintage ornament. Yeah, so vintage border might be another thing that you can type in here, vintage border. Yeah, so you can see you have some of these, which isn't quite a whiskey label. You might have to just do some searches. So I haven't found a really good one, but this one's kind of neat. This one's kind of neat here. So just keep searching and look for one that's kind of similar. And then of course fill in, like use some of these other ones to fill it in. So go in here. I mean, there's a lot of borders, but there's not like those label ones. At least I couldn't find it. But you can make some really cool, that one's not one of them. This one's kind of cool, yeah. So you can come in here, you know, maybe this is the outside version and then this is the inside in here, something like that. We still would need one of those round ones. So go and look like this. I don't know, this wouldn't really work here. This one's kind of cool, right? So you can see there's a lot of options on here, but as far as whiskey label goes, I don't think there's just one. Let's see. Yeah, there's not that template like we saw before. A lot of whiskey bottles. Oh, here, label. Nope, not that. I guess we could type in whiskey label t-shirt and see what happens. T-shirt. Oh no, I think we gotta go into design. Yeah, templates. Let's do whiskey label template. Nope, t-shirt. Nope. I don't see one. So if anybody makes a good one on here, maybe they can put it in Canva. But right now, as far as I can tell, you will have to make your own with these elements. And so it's not as easy as it would be in Kittle, but I still think you could do it. I'm gonna work on that, and if I figure out one way, I'll send it over to you guys and give you I'll put it on social media and stuff to show you what I've done with Canva. So there you go, that's the full tutorial on Kittle. Not as easy on Canva, but I think it can be done. Now again, you can scale these designs, which is really cool. It looks really hard to do because of all the intricacies and everything. But if you have an account on Amazon or Etsy or your own site where you can scale this, I would go from like 1960 or 50s, actually 1950s all the way up to the 2000s and just scale it that way every year. And some of them, some people I've seen actually say born in March 1975 or April, and kind of even break it down that way. So you could scale that even further with the months and everything. So have fun with this one. Like I said, super easy to do in Kittle. Let me know another design that you want to learn how to do. Put that in the comments. Now if you want to see another Kittle tutorial, I'll put my latest one right here as well, so you can follow this. So many designs that you can do with Kittle. It's a great app. Thanks again for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.